Welcome back, friends. This is video number 2. In the first video, we discussed how a system is more than one equation graphed on a coordinate plane, and their solutions are where the lines intersect. So today we're going to do graph systems of equations with infinitely many solution or no solution. So I gave you guys this visual here before we turn the page. Intersecting lines have one solution, and that one solution is, remember, it's where they intersect, okay? And they also always have different slopes, okay? Now, another system, they try and disguise themselves, but they're actually the same line. So when you graph both of them, they're actually the same line. And if they're the same line, then that means they are always intersecting. All these little dots on this red line are always points of intersection. And if they're the same line, they have the same slope and the same y-intercept. And they have got infinitely many solutions because they are always, always, always intersecting. And then the last system that we need to talk about is when we graph them and they get parallel lines. So if you have a parallel line, then you have the same slope but different y-intercepts, because they've got the same rise over run, but their y-intercepts are different, and they never intersect, never ever intersect, right? And that's why we have no solution here. So I'm going to turn the page, and then we're going to continue discovering whether or not lines are infinitely many or no solution. So on the back here, we have, what is the solution of each system of equations? Use the graph to explain your answer. Okay, so our first system is 15x plus 5y equals 25. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to convert this into slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we're going to take this guy, and I'm going to move this 15x over. This is a positive 15x. What's the opposite of positive? Negative. So minus 15x, and I get 5y equals negative 15x plus 25. Now I just need to divide by 5 to get the y by itself. So divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5, and we get y equals negative 3x plus 5. Okay, so this guy is my m, and this guy is my b. So I'm going to start at positive 5, and then I'm going to go down 3. So this is negative 3 over 1. Down 1, 2, 3 over 1. 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 And I'm going to connect all my dots. Okay, now the blue line, which is y equals 5 minus 3x, is trying to confuse you again. Remember, the number with the x is always the slope. So this guy is my m, and this guy is my b. So I'm going to start at 5, and then this is negative 3 over 1. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 over 1, down 1, 2, 3 over 1, down 1, 2, 3 over 1, and so on and so forth. And look at that. They are the exact same line. Now, you can actually tell this without graphing, but since it says use the graph to explain your answer, you need to graph them. But if they've got the same slope, look at the slope. Negative 3 over 1, negative 3 over 1. And look at the y-intercept. It was positive 5 and positive 5. Those are the same. So they've got the same everything, which means they are the same line, okay? So since the lines have the same y-intercept and the same slope, the graphs are the same, and the system has infinitely many solutions, meaning they are always going to intersect. They always do. They always touch each other, okay? All right, let's do B. I'm going to start with the red line. We need to convert it into y equals mx plus b. So y minus 2x plus 6, all I've got to do is, or sorry, equals 6. All I've got to do is add 2x on either side. And I get y equals 2x plus 6 for my red line. Let's graph it. So this guy's my B and this guy's my M. So I'm going to start at 6 because that's where I begin. And I'm going to go up 2 over 1, but I don't have that space on my graph. So I can actually go down 2 and left 1 because a negative over a negative is a positive. Down 2 and left 1, down 2 and left 1, down 1, 2, left 1, 2, left 1, and on and on and on, and connect my dots. Okay, let's do the blue line. Blue line is also in standard form, so I need to convert it into slope-intercept form. So I have negative 4x plus 2y equals 8. I need to add the 4x onto the opposite side. So I get 2y equals 4x plus 8. Divide everything by 2. And my new line is y equals 4 divided by 2 is 2x. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I'm going to start at positive 4 on the y-axis. I'm going to go up 2 and over 1. And then I'm kind of done on that side. So I'm going to go down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1 on the opposite side, just to make sure I get the whole line on the graph so I can see what my answer looks like. And those lines are parallel, which means they never intersect. So if they never intersect, they don't have any solutions. So they also have different y-intercepts. If I look at my y-intercepts, they've got a 6 and I've got a 4, so they are different y-intercepts. But if I look at the slopes, I see 2x and I see 2x again, so they are the exact same. So same slopes and different y-intercepts. And the graphs are parallel, then the system has no solutions. Okay, so same thing for our try. I'm going to give you guys the answers to them, but you need to work them out. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask me on Thursday at 1 on Instagram via live, and I'll be back with their chunk summary. All right, friends, so this graph right here has no solution, and you need to prove it by graphing, okay? And this guy has infinitely many solutions. And you need to prove it on the graph as well. Okay, so let's do our chunk summary. If you'd like to do it on your own, you may pause the video and then we can pick it right back up if you want to try as best you can to fill in the blanks as best you can. Otherwise, I'm going to go over it. To determine whether we're talking about systems, has infinitely many or no solutions, we first have to look at we're talking about y-intercepts, and we're also talking about slopes, and we're also talking about graphs. So I'm going to say y-intercept here. And the slope. If a system has the same slope and the same y-intercept, and they graph the same, what are we graphing? Oh, lines. So if they graph the same line, then the system has infinitely many solutions. If the system has the same, same slope, but different y-intercepts, and graph, what kind of lines? Oh, parallel lines, then the system has no solution. Lastly, if the lines in the system have different, they will intersect and have, okay, so that goes back to our first example. If the lines intersect, they will always have different slopes. And if they intersect, they will always have one solution. So everything in example 1 from yesterday's video is all one solution. Everything in today's video is no solution and parallel lines. Careful with your homework, there might be both in there, okay? There's 5 questions that go along with this. Please try them, and I'll see you on Thursday.